Hi there. My name is Damon, and I run a review YouTube channel where I review shit. Today's review, a game called Cruelty Squad. I like the game Cruelty Squad a lot. I've beaten it God knows how many times, front to back, unlocked everything, become like a freak stock baron. It's a game that I really enjoy. And let's go through the story of the game. So from what I gather from playing it and reading all the dialogue is that you're in a hyper dystopia, um, where the world's run by huge greedy corporations and multinational CEOs rule the world, and life is kind of worthless to them. The lives of the common folk. I'm glad we don't live in a world like that, but I digress. Yeah, you are in this world and you are part of it. You work for the Corporate Cruelty Squad, which is I think a subsidiary. Well, you used to work for a FCC Death Squad, but now you work for a Corporate Cruelty Squad under the corporation Cruelty Squad, which is under another corporation, Godhead Heavy Industries. What you do is because you can be like people can just be rebuilt if they have enough money. Like if you die, you can just get like remade. Life kind of is meaningless, and death kind of is meaningless. And so what you do effectively is you inflict torture and numerous deaths upon big corporate figures, just to liquidate them to make sure that they know their place. Um, Throughout the game, spoiler alert for the game, by the way. You end up like breaking the mold and then going through this like weird metaphysical like transcendence, or you don't. But if you do play the whole game and you buy the house level, you end up going through this metaphysical transcendence, and there's this big monologue at the back, which is based off of the writings of a French economics philosopher who talked a lot about the sort of living nature of economies. Um, yeah, it's a very thought provoking game if you get into the meat and potatoes of what the creator Ville is trying to tell you through the game, and it's all around really funny to read some of the dialogue because of it's just really disturbing. The game itself is just very disturbing in general. Presentation wise, it's fuck ugly. It's like an assault on the senses. The music is abysmal, on purpose. The visuals horrible on purpose. Um, the dialogue is really like unnerving and odd. Like yeah, the game just tries to make you feel uncomfortable. That being said, the gameplay itself is one of the better movement shooter gameplay I've ever had. The reloading uh, is a little bit. It takes a little bit to get used to. You have to click your right mouse button and then drag up and down, and then it'll reload that way. Um, it has like X to crouch, which is different from like shift to crouch and that sort of thing. You can lean, but you shouldn't because it makes you really inaccurate. Um, it's a weird game that you have to like you have to wrap yourself around at first. Um, but that being said, once you get into it, it is super fun. It's super rewarding. It's super replayable because there's bunch of different challenge modes, a bunch of different difficulties, which is a really weird mechanic in the game. Um, the second hardest difficulty is the one you start on, and it's when you have a soul. When you lose your soul, the game gets a little easier, um, marginally, but you can't open the doors that require you to have a soul. There are special white doors with like red dots on them that require you to have a soul to go through. And if you die enough without a soul, you reach power and misery mode, which basically makes you like some sort of like biogaunt like flesh freak, and you can like eat corpses and do all this horrifying shit, and the game just becomes easier. Um, yeah, there is a mode called Hope Eradicated, which you need in order to fully like beat the game and like progress into like the final endings. Um, but yeah, other than that, what else is cool about this game? Oh fucking boy. There's augments in this game, like Deus Ex, but not entirely like Deus Ex. They take the form of like weird equipment. There's one called the Grapendix, which is like your appendix is augmented in order to become like a grappling hook. So you can Spider-Man around the levels with your appendix. So I guess it's not useless after all. There is the Funk Grunters and the gunk boosts, which basically you have like mucus membranes in your feet now that excrete mucus at high velocity, making you able to double jump. Yeah, uh, it's very biopunk, very very grotesque, but it has a charm to it. Never during my playthroughs of Cruelty Squad did I find the game unfairly unplayable. The very final level, which is called Trauma Loop, is a fucking gauntlet. Like it sucks to play through your first time because of how difficult it is. But it becomes really fun once you actually get into like a groove with Cruelty Squad. Um, yeah, I've had this game for I think a number of years now, like a year and a half maybe, and I've beaten it 6 ways till Sunday. I know all there is about it. I know like the back of my hand. I know where all the items are. I I need to replay it again so I can get the achievements, because Willie added achievements to the game. But yeah, if I were to rate it on a scale of Dracula at 10 and Atlas Shrugged at 1 and Do You Like Big Girls at 7, Cruelty Squad gets an 8.5, because if I play it for too long, I get a headache because of the flashing lights and horrifying audio. But I enjoy every second before my head starts to hurt. Do I recommend Cruelty Squad to you? Yes, you need to play it. It's a good game. It's pretty cheap too. I think it's like $15. Could be wrong. Am I lying to you? Let's go to right to Steam. Right to Steam. Cruelty Squad store page. If you live in Canada, the game is $22. Or 27 if you want the Reflux edition, which includes the soundtrack for the game. I would recommend it. It's very good. I enjoy my time with it. If you have epilepsy, don't play it. And if you're a little fucking piss baby, then don't play it because you fucking suck. But if you're cool, play Cruelty Squad. Yeah. I love you. Goodbye. My next review will be something else.